What's up guys? Hey, so today's my mobility day. I'm really sore from Monday and Tuesday. I was gonna lift today, but figured it'd be better to work on my range of motion and mobility. So I've got a whole routine. We're about to run you through the gamut right now. So let's go check it out. So first thing is the sled push and pull. I'm gonna start with the sled push and then pull. And I love doing the sled because you can do it every day. It's all pushing, so there's no lengthening of the muscle. So I'm not gonna get sore from this, but it'll help me warm up. So here we go. Actually, a little bit of pace going. And then we're coming back. Need to cut the chain. So now I'm warmed up a little bit, out of breath a little bit, but I'm gonna go into what's called Jefferson Curls. And these are it's an exercise that helps to lengthen out the posterior chain. So all the muscles from the back of the head all the way down to the heel. So I'm just gonna step on this slant board, and that's gonna help pull my toes up. It's gonna stretch my calves, and then I'm gonna tuck my chin. I'm gonna round my upper back forward, my mid back, and then my low back. And I'm gonna come up in reverse. So that's it. Just rounding forward, and then coming up in reverse. So the fancy words, articulating my spine, rounding the upper back, mid back, low back, and then coming back up in reverse. So it's a total skill. When I first started doing this, I had so much tension in my low back because I've had a low back injury in the past. But by doing this, I'm really working through pain-free range of motion. It slowly opened up. And at the bottom, you can add pulses. All this stuff that I'm doing is inspired by a knees over toes guy, Ben Patrick, Keegan Smith, and ATG. So this is where I've learned it from. But Keegan can get his elbows all the way almost down to his toes. He's got incredible mobility. I'm getting close, but just by pulsing down here at the bottom, I'm stretching all the connective tissue in my back, all the way down, my hamstrings, my calves. So it's really healthy to do this because it's just getting blood flow to the whole area. Come up in reverse, do a couple more reps. And if you try it at home, even just standing on a slant board at first is really tough. This one's called a reverse Nordic, and it stretches the quads, the hip flexors, and all the tissue in the front of our body, which is called the anterior chain. So it's a long range movement. So it stretches the muscle, but also the connective tissue. So this is it. So lean back, push your feet against what they're resting on. I have a block to start. That's the best place to start, is by using a block, elevating your feet. And then after you can go all the way back, then you can take the box off and then go all the way back and just work the range till I've gotten to the point where now I can go all the way back. I couldn't do it when I started it, but now I can. That's a reverse Nordic. Now I'm gonna do some split squats. So this has been one of the most influential exercises I've learned from Ben Patrick and ATG is this. So it's a long range movement as well, just like the reverse Nordic, but it's on one leg. So it really does an incredible job of opening up the back hip flexor, and it really stresses the knee over the toes, which strengthens all the connective tissue in the knee joint. So I started on a higher surface, and then I've been able to work lower. Right now I'm just doing 3 just to work on getting my hamstring and my calf. But I've gotten to the point where like I can go all the way to the ground, and it's done an incredible job with alleviating a lot of my low back pain and strengthening my legs. So I can't recommend it enough. Things to think about when you're doing it. You want to keep your torso upright. You want to keep your back leg as straight as possible, and then you want to try to bring your hamstring over your front calf. So those are the 3 things of the split squat. I'm way tighter on my left. That's the side that I've had a low back injury from wrestling on. So I started doing this back in February, and I tried to go load myself with weight because I thought I'd be able to do it. So I put like 95 pounds on my back, and I could only go like right here, and I thought I was going far, but I didn't have the full range of motion because my connective tissue couldn't open up all the way. So it's been a fun journey to get to this point, and now I'm to the point where I've started to load myself and been able to build up the weight on it. But for days like today where I'm just doing mobility, just trying to open up my body, I'll just go unweighted and just play around with the sets and the reps. I'm doing probably around 10 reps right now. All right. The next thing I'm gonna do is a standing pancake. That's where I'm gonna go wide legs, and then I'm just gonna push my butt back, reach my hands to the floor, and I'm just gonna round my back. Now I can cross my arms, and I'm just gonna hang. Twist a little bit to the left. I'm gonna hold this for about 30 seconds. So I like this one because it opens up the hamstrings, opens up the groin. Even the calves a little bit. You can add these pulses to help stretch even more. Alright, that's staying pancake. I'm gonna do an incline pigeon stretch. Again, I've taken like all this stuff from Ben, but it's great, so I love using it. So the way to start with this, and for people who are tighter, we'll have them put this up and increase the incline, and that'll lessen the stretch. So the more of an incline, the less of a stretch you're gonna get on your hip, but you just put a leg up, cross it, and then it's like you're in a split squat, and you just try to stay tall and lean into it. All right guys, so I just finished 2 rounds of that mobility routine. I feel way better, got some blood flowing through my body. So if you guys want to try any of those movements, I would encourage you guys to do it. Just make sure you're working through pain-free range of motion. So you shouldn't feel any sharp pain with anything. And then, as a general kind of way to start, you can do, 5 to 15 reps of each movement for the ones that had repetitions. And then for the stretches, if you hold anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds, that's a great place to start. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for our next video.